think we're live. Yeah. And there we go. All right. Hey, folks, welcome back. We're going to get going on Typeracer yet again. Gonna keep going where we left off. If you watched our latest excursion, making Real Evil Hangman, hope you enjoyed it. For now, we're going back to where we were before. Excuse me if I sound a little different. My voice is feeling a little crackly, but still feeling pretty good. So if you remember where we were, we had a graph, and we set up the graph so that it looked pretty good. There's only one graph too, but we were missing some parts. Mostly that you can see our axes are a little off, so our y-axis looks pretty fine. We have the number 216 at the very highest, which is the highest basically anyone's ever typed as far as I could find in my 5 minutes of searching. But our x-axis is looking a little funny. All the numbers in the bottom are the same, and we have no data in here, even though we have a whole lot of data right over here. Select count star from passages and passage stats. So we're clearly missing something here, and we're definitely pulling the data in. If you remember the last one, we said that I printed out that we had about 8,300 entries that we were pulling in our SQL query, but none of them are showing up. So this stream is going to be dedicated to making it so that that stuff shows up properly, that we fix up this weird, oh my god, quitting SQLite is just quite a pain sometimes. We're going to fix up this right here, and then we're going to display some data. We'll make it look nice, and then maybe we'll add some controls or something, or maybe we'll just quit it there. We'll see. So let's get right into it. First things first, I'm going to look into why this is weird. I think it's possible that the reason data isn't showing up is that there's no data. And no, there should be data here. Let's just do some experiments here. I want to see first just where our data is. Like, what does it look like? Because this is all pretty much randomly generated. So passage stats where actually we just order by updated no, it's not updated at when played sex limit 10 141,529,036. That looks pretty familiar. 14159,236 23. Yeah, that's the same number. So we are playing with a very real possibility that all of them are right here. Actually, no, that shouldn't be the case. Let's just. So I know I set up my data, so it should be distributed across 5 days. So in theory, it shouldn't all be one day, but let's just make sure I did that right. Select when played sex from passage stats unique. I think this is it. Oh no, it's select. I think this is it. Or am I gonna have to embarrass myself and look up how to do unique? Yeah, it's the basic SQL stuff. I can do most of the stuff. I just occasionally we run into something. It's like, oh man, I haven't done that in a while. Unique SQL. All right. SQL unique constraint. No. Select unique SQL. Let's try this. Just has no idea. Select distinct. Okay. Yeah, that was totally unique. Wait, why were they? Well, that was one. SQL's got some weird stuff like this where it uses unique elsewhere, but it decides it's distinct here. Yeah, so we got There's a lot of variance here. So it's not just on one day. Although I wonder why there's so much variance. Oh, no, I know why there's so much variance. If we go to our generator program real quick, I should probably commit this source code. Now, we decide time played. So when we do this days back thing, we run time played. Do we run this multiple times? Yeah, we absolutely do. And on the first run, it took a really long time to get all the data in because we weren't using a transaction over the for loop. So we entered a lot of different times, which is good. That's good. That's great for data. But why it wouldn't show up is beyond me. So let's pop stack and let's get back into it. .rs. And we're just going to use Vim for our terminal splitting again. And we're not going to use these just yet. We're just doing a WPM graph to start. So we got all this here. We want to go to our source graphs, graph render. And we're going to try and take a look. Let's see. So let's just do this out real quick. There's some paper. I should probably do it here. Calculator. Actually, real quick, let's also see the lowest value too. What should we be getting? All right. Select star from select when played sex from passage stats or by when played is X, and then ASC. We already know the. Oh, didn't mean to print them all out. Limit 10. Wait a second. Hold on. You see this? That's higher than the highest value in the graph. I think there's something wrong with our query. Let's just make another one real quick. So this is the highest value according to, so hold on. This is the highest value according to the graph. This is actually the highest value. Is this the lowest value? Are we using the lowest value or we should be using the highest? Did I? Oh man. Hold real quick. I appreciate your comments. So when doing this, I guess I used order by incorrectly, and I decided to make the lowest value the highest value and the highest value the lowest value. I'd never do something like that though. So let's look at that real quick. So highest value first, did I order by descending? We're gonna find out. I ordered by ascending. Great. That's exactly what I should have done. All right. Now it's gonna work perfectly, right? Please say yes. Congo run. All right. Give me data. Thanks. I appreciate it. All right. Well, every point is the highest point now, which doesn't make sense either. If the audience could contribute the answer, I'd appreciate it. So why is every value the highest now? We literally use the lowest value here. Oh. Maybe because I used the look at this. It's like I forgot how to code. We get the first value twice and we set it to the highest value and the lowest value. So it kind of makes sense that they're both going to be the same. There you go. Enjoy. So so the highest value is, let's just look again. Descending, the highest value is going to be first, the lowest value is going to be last. DSC. And then I actually don't know. Wait, wait. Oh. I actually want to see first. Is there no last? No, there's a last. Just taking this sweet time. Oh, thanks. Yeah. Getting the first value twice. Yeah. Thanks for the answer. I appreciate it. That really helped. Okay, so I just want to see. I think I pretend the lowest value is the first here, but let's go over. I do some mapping from one to our datasets. Marker style graph, all this crap. Filtered results. Results. Yeah, so it does assume we're using ascending here. It assumes lowest to highest value. Yep, thumbs up to you. Thumb up to you too. So what we want to do here is we're going to bring us back to ASC, and we're going to make it work. And I'm going to pay $1 million for this. So lowest value is going to be first, and then last is going to be highest value, and then I think it's just going to work, right? It's absolutely going to work. Oh, definitely. I already know. Yeah, well, actually, no. We're closer here. You can see these are set up. So we have the actual lowest value. I remember this number. We have the actual highest value. This is number. And these should be in increments, even splits across. So, yeah. Let's just see real quick. I want to stay on top. How do I make it on top? There used to be a setting for this. Like a right click. Swear to God. No? Have I forgot how to use Linux? Probably. We're just gonna leave it as is then. Okay. Copy. And minus paste. That's a number we can do stuff with, right? So we subtract, divide by 4. I think I want by 4. Yeah, I want by 4. Because start and then increment by 1, 2, 3, 4. There are mouse bindings for a calculator. You are correct. There are no keyboard shortcuts though. In fact, I actually have to type with my mouse. It's really weird. If you think I'm like typing with a keyboard, yeah, no Vim bindings to the calculator though. Very disappointing. I'm thinking my next project will have to be Vim bindings for a keyboard for the calculator. All right, hold on. Looks good. So what we're gonna do next is we're just gonna keep adding our number. We're gonna do this, that, okay. Wait a second. Hold on. There aren't even increments. I don't know what I'm doing. We're just gonna move on. So the increments are even. I might have forgotten how to do math, but that's unrelated. I don't go to college anymore, so it doesn't matter. So what we want to do is find out why the data points aren't showing up. So I'm just gonna open up I'm going to open up the stuff for the graph. I want to learn a little more about the data sets. I think it goes XY, it could go YX. Maybe it goes like ZJ or something, some crazy format that I've never heard of. It's a pretty good library though, so I wouldn't expect it. Data set. Charts data set. What if I was using the wrong data set? I don't think that would work, but TUI widgets datasets. This is TUI widgets chart datasets. Is it different? Oh no, this is just a parameter. And this goes to the other dataset. Yeah, absolutely. I still don't get why it's a widget though. Completely unusable library. No, I'm kidding. It's a great library. All right. Takes a data set, F64, 64. And it doesn't say if it's XY or not. Just show me the source. Helpful. And then the data is used. Self.data. They call data. I don't want data sets. For data in data sets. So data set here, canvas default, x-axis bounds, y-axis bounds, so the max bounds. Where is data set used? For blah 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 in data set. So it runs through each data set. Dataset.data 0. So x1 is parameter 0, y1 is parameter 2. Huh. So it is XY. So let's just go right back. We're going to take a quick, we're going to use a real terminal multiplexer. And we're going to go to 2D again. I want to look at the example. Okay. Actually, let's just, looks pretty. I want that. All right. Examples, chart RS. So it has data 1 and data 2. But it just takes, it has data in data 2. That should be data 1. That's fine. So you take data, and that's just for, that's a different data set. So data is just used for data sets. They're used in separate data sets. It's not like I need two sets of data sets, although I guess that wouldn't make sense if that were the case. Let's also just look at the data sets real quick. Data is 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. And that's used in this chart. But I don't see how this lines up. Oh, this is chart 2. Yeah. I climb all the way up to 4, 4. That's the expected output. And this is just random-ish. So for chart 2, it just passes the data set in and calls it a day. Huh. But we just pass the data in and call it a day. I promise. Do we just pass it in and call it a day? I don't have the data. I call it something else. data increment is filtered results for result in order results, filter result dot push, words per minute, as your X is words per minute, which is, I want another one. Give me another tab. This is always the danger of open Tmux. You never know how many tabs you're going to have open. And you always have to use the terrible controls. Yes. Yeah. So, wait a second. I just have them backwards, don't I? Wait. X is words per minute. X is words per minute. Yeah, no wonder. So we have X being put in as words per minute, which is like over here. My mouse doesn't even go that far. And we have Y as time, which is like up here, which doesn't make any sense. So we should reverse these guys. F64. And I think that's going to do it. I think we're going to get some beautiful graphs right now. You can quote me on that. It doesn't mean it's right though, but you can still quote me on it. And then, here we go. All right, actually, no, that's good, that's good. That shows a pretty random distribution. No improvement over time. That's good though, our data shows up. So I think what I'm gonna do now is update the generator. Actually, I'm actually pretty impressed. It's showing this is 8,000 points in here. I'm just gonna update the graph just so the generator, just so we get a nice little sloping line, because it's kind of hard to tell what's going on here. I mean, this is a decent graph. I don't know if most graphs are gonna look like this though. And I'd like a line. Am I too picky? Maybe. All right. So let's assume a best case scenario. Graphs, boys. Let's assume a best case scenario that over time you do actually get better at typing. It's a pretty strong assumption here, but I don't think it's unreasonable. So this generate. Wait a second. Just be up to 200. That's a little fishy. I should be generating from 60 to 200, but it only goes to 100. I'll get back to that in a bit. Then again, maybe, who knows, maybe we're just not. Maybe we're just, no, that's a it's a passage length. I would never generate. Yeah, 90 to 100 the entire time. So let's make it so instead of generating a range between 90 and 100, let us, based on days back, generate a range that slowly goes up. There could be a little bit of stutter along the way, but let's start this person at 50 words per minute, and at best they can get to 100. And so what we want to do, we have 5 days here, is that we want to make it so that on day one, on day zero, so basically we want to get from 50 to 100 over the course of 5 days. We're a little ambitious, but I don't think it's unreasonable. Actually, it's pretty unreasonable, but you know what? This is the land of make-believe here. So we're gonna make it so that each day it can go up by a max of 10. So we're gonna start at 50. And we're going to do 60, and then each day it can be within that range, and we add 10 to it. So we'll do, this should probably be in a function yet again, but this is still kind of a hack. Times 10 plus. So what's going to happen with this is that over time, we're going to make it, and we're going to do the same-ish thing. Do you not like it? Oh my god. Because it's U64, and U64 doesn't exist in SQLite. So we're just going to do it on save cast. Because this is not really an official part of the project. Don't do this in real life. You'd normally do a try into, or just an into if it supports it. I don't think this supports it though. So over time we get days back, which starts at, sorry, we want to bring it down by just 10 more. So what this is going to do is make it so that the min is 40, and the min is 50 on day 1, and the max is 60 on day 1. On day 2, we just, multiply by 10, we get 20, so 60 and 70, 70 and 80, 80 and 90, 90 and 100. And we're going to do the same thing on this range for combos. Nah, let's not, who cares? Yeah, you know what, let's do it on this too. And then combo is going to get insanely high. Technically, this is going to produce incompatible data because you should never be able to get a combo higher than the passage size, but we're just showing data here. What is this 0 doing here? Get out of here. Oh, I know what it's doing here. 0 plus. But we're not trying to show data that's compatible or incompatible. We just want to make it so that we get different data over time. So, out, what? Oh, that's why. All right, let's generate a whole new database. And we're not even going to look at it. We're just going to blast in, and we're going to just make it. We're just going to run, and we're just going to look at the graph, and it's going to look amazing, guaranteed. It looks what? Why does it look the same? All right, maybe let's just look at the data here. Got a little too confident. Select when played sex from passage stats distinct. We get a bunch. Okay. And next, let's select, man, I always forget, there's a describe for this. It just shows you the parameters though. Make SQLite dot tables better. I want to see it like describe table in MySQL. No. Yeah, here we go. Wait, no, that's not it. No, that's right. Dot schema passage stats. Can I see it? Absolutely not. That would be too easy. SQLite 3 will accept any command that is unambiguous. That makes me a little sad. Alright, we'll just look in the actual database stuff. I'm not going to bother. Source, graph, DB. Okay. And we're going to look for WPM. So select WPM distinct WPM from passage stats order by WPM, and let's do a DESC. Okay. We have basically what we expected. It looks like a perfect distribution from 40 to 99, which is what we expect. So what we want to do now, let's see how it looks over time. I wish we could like sample data. Like I can't. Let's do select WPM when played sex. Can I just do distinct on one parameter? Like if I could, I think I want group by. Let's do order by WPM, group by when played sex. Group by? Am I crazy? It does know. Group by has to be first. Whatever. Group by when played sex. What? There's no underscore. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. We got some high values. We got some low numbers and some high values. So we shouldn't be seeing, let me just see. This is, I think, wrong. That's April 12th. These should be on different days. That's on April 2015. Why are we back 5 years? This is supposed to be days back, not years back. Well, whatever. It's easier to spot the differences because of this. But how come our data is not distributed as we want it to be? We have these two should not ever be in the same place. Like we shouldn't be hitting 40 at 150, but we are. Source, main RS. Oh, it's because I have it backwards, don't I? Days back. Insert entry. Oh, no wonder I have this weird. Yeah, I divide by 5. Yeah, no wonder we have many more days back over time. Yeah, it's gonna produce some really weird data. I'm surprised it's not weird error. Let's do divided by 200. And we're going to do so now we're going to get values from 0 to 5, 0 to 4. And we want to do here, we always want it to be at least 1. So let's do, oh god, this is disgusting. You know, let's not make it all in line. Let range increment, yeah, equals days back times 10, and we're gonna do plus 1. So now it's 1 to 5, and then we're gonna do, oh, we can get rid of the cast if we do this. I64. Nice. Looks less disgusting. No, it decides not to repeat it. Range increment. Can I repeat it now? Will you do it? Oh, that's close. Okay, I love it when dot works. Why won't it just... Is it really complaining that my times 10 won't fit? I64, U64. Oh, no, yeah. As I64. Okay. Or I think I can just do dot into. Just figure it out for me. Oh, do I really? I64. No. We're just gonna use the cast. Okay. Okay. What? 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 It looks like it's trying to say something to me. K. I. It's got these little swoops. Up, down, up, down, up, 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 down, up. What in the world? There's probably some math that like explains why this happened, but hold on. 40 plus 10 times. Oh, my days back must be producing something really weird. Time played. So, since the epoch, this is today as Unix seconds times minus times days back. So what I really want is to actually pass this range increment in here. Let's change range increment, because we're still working with that weird 10,000 value, and I don't think that's. Let's do days increment. And then we're going to do days increment. So what this is going to do is make it so that we're no longer many years in the past. Oh my god. as U64. You know, for short stuff like this, the loosey-goosey type system and stuff like Python is real handy. Oh, actually, let's do it one more time. Okay. It's still weird, but at least we're not many years in the past. I don't know if that's an improvement or not. So I just want like a nice line, you know? I want to be able to see my data and ensure that it is, it actually is increasing over time. So why would we be getting these weird low ranges? So we should be so what's happening over time? We have this days back. Let's look at insert entry. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, maybe that should be 2000. I don't think that's going to make much of a difference here, but that's technically wrong. 200, we're going to get still some really weird days. Karag. I'm just trying to make this as correct as possible. Okay, so now that we don't have so many days, we can see that every so often it just bubbles up to 100. And we have these little slopes, so it's starting to become more reproducible here. We go from like, whatever that is, 50 to 40, and then 30 to 50, and then like 30 to 50, and then like 60 to 30, and then we have these like towers. Why are they distributed all over the place right here? So what I just want to make sure, the reason I'm doing this is that I want to make sure that this isn't because of the graph. So let's make this data as concise as possible. I don't want any variation between these days. So we're gonna, I really don't want any variation between the days. So let's get rid of this +1, whatever. Who cares if we do 40 and 50? So we're gonna do this. And then we're gonna make this, we're gonna make a const here with the 5 total days we can get. So const, and this is gonna be days played. No more nice distribution of times. Days played, and this is gonna be to give a y-axis label for the first data point. Yeah, no, we do have a y-axis label for the first data point. Actually, well, sort of, but it's 0. But it would be helpful to do that. Yeah. Hold on. I'm just gonna get this so that there is like uniformity with the days played, and then I'll do that next. I think that would be pretty handy. Actually, I don't think this can be dynamic at all, since this is just totally const. So we're just gonna do this is stored as seconds. So Unix time calculator calculator. And I just want 5 days. No more calculating time anymore. Okay. 5. We're going to start at 1. And I think this is in seconds already. If I do this. Yeah, it's in seconds. That's exactly what I want. So this. 1. Oh, wait. No, I was using the wrong timestamp. Was I using the wrong timestamp? I don't know. We're just going to make sure we get it from the same place. 1, 2, 3. I wish I didn't have to click that button. I feel like that's outrageous. I'm exhausted clicking this button each time. 5. Okay. We have our 5 times. They look basically the same. We have to specify the type. So 5, and this is U64, I64. Very regretfully. Oh, it's the other way around. 5. Okay. And then finally, our time, whatever it is, our time played, or instead of doing all this fun math, this is going to give us nice static data, no longer generated. So, days played, in caps, and days back. Oh my god. As I64, wait, I type I64, its requirements are std ops. Wait, hold on. Oh, it expects, wait. Oh, it's because it expects. Oh, it expects a U size. Oh my god. I get why they do this. It's like a system thing. It still doesn't make me happy though. U size is, I want to say the largest unsigned number you can get. Oh, hold on. The largest unsigned number expected for a system. What? The len is 5, but the index is 10. How in the world am I getting 10? Oh, that's why. It's because I multiply by 10. Don't anyone look at my code, please. Thanks. Yeah, I was using my old variable for using my old variable that I used for cargo run. Hey, we still have this. We still have this, not certain why, and our range goes from 0 to 100. Wait a second. I think this is an integer problem here. No. Let's think how this would work. I goes from 0 to 10,000. All right, from 0 to 1,999, that's going to be 0. Then we go to the next value, 2,000 to 3,099, that's going to be 1, consistent. And then 2,000 to 3,099. Wait, sorry, 4,000 to 5,099. That's going to be 3. Sorry, 2. If I can remember basic maths. So that should be consistent. That's fine. So we should, for this days increment, we should be getting 0 times 10, so 40 to 50. 1 times 10, so 50 to 60. 2 times 10, 60 to 70. So this range should be pretty consistent. And then for these days, we use days back. So that's the number we just passed in, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then days back should be days played, as U size, whatever, it doesn't matter. And that should be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the times should be consistent. So let's just see. Oh God. Oh no, it does save it. All right. Wait a second. Maybe my graph's wrong. Maybe I should just trust. Wait a second. Why are there only 5 values? 49, 62, 77, 80, 97. Do I really only generate 5 values? Why? That would be a pretty horrible random function. Yeah, wait a second. What? We're going back in time. Hold on. So this should go from lowest to highest. And we put into this that order. And yet we have the highest. We have May 5th, May 3rd, May 1st, May 4th, May 2nd. What? Who's making these dates? I get it now. The graph isn't wrong. This is just all over the place. But why though? Yeah. Yeah, hold on. This is me right now. I'm sure you've seen. This is absolutely not. Oh no, that's what I want. Yeah, this is me. Absolutely. This could also be me, but I'm not allowed to go outside, so I'm just this right now. Anyway. So I'm just going to confirm that the dates I put in are actually the dates that I want, and that they are in the order I expect. Like, who knows? Maybe, why do I have 2 windows? Maybe I just put them in wrong. That would make sense, right? One. So that's day 1. 2. That's day 2. 3. That's day 3. 4. That's day 4. Stretch. 5. That's day 5. So it should go in the order I expect. Let's just print out days back to make sure this is actually doing. Wait a second. No, yeah. Let's just print out days back and days increment. just so we can see what this would look like. Like, who knows? Maybe I'm somehow miscalculating. I'm gonna use the best macro, mostly because it's my name. Days increment, days back. Oh geez, that's not at all what I wanted. But that shows that it's pretty consistent so far. But then again, hold on. Let's do it where it really matters. I suppose we could just watch it. That sounds kind of bad, I don't know. We're gonna do up here. And we're just going to do DBG. If you've never used DBG, what DBG does is that it prints out some debug information about the variable, and then replaces it. It sends it it sends it back. So let's see, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exactly what we'd expect, right? Right? Goes in the order we'd expect. Let's check out. So now we're gonna do this whole, we're gonna print out our range for words per minute, and we're going to print out the days back that we get. So let's see how these pair up. We're going to keep it in debug mode so it's slow. Yeah, so you can see a clear increment over time. Let's go back a little bit. Oh. So here's a value from one of the earlier ones. Feels like I'm like catching fish or something, catching timestamps. I'm honestly surprised SQLite hasn't slowed down yet. I keep just blasting it with values. May 5. Good. That's what I'd expect. And then if I check the SQLite, now it's gonna tell me for 15886411150. Is this displaying the count? It shouldn't be. Is it? Alright, even if it's displaying the count, there shouldn't be... Oh, let's not do order by words per minute, although I guess that shouldn't matter. Order by when played sex. Yeah, we go 49, 80, 62, 97, 77. Let's not do distinct, I guess. Maybe distinct and group by work weird together. No, it's identical. Do I just not know SQL? I think that would make me feel better if someone just told me I didn't know SQL. So we got a bunch of data in here. How does it handle it? So let's look. 49 is the highest. Okay. From lowest to about middle, 49. 80 is the next highest. That doesn't go to 80, does it? That might go to 80. But then these are higher. What the hell? Oh, maybe I'm ordering wrong. So hold on. So I understand there might be something wrong inserting stuff into the SQL. Let's also make sure we're ordering correctly too. Source, graphs render. And we'll also add a value in the axis for the first points, the first and the last points. So we have this filtered results. So ordered user results. We pass that in. Source graphs mod.rs source graphs db. Okay. Select all this crap from passage stats. Or instant death, we pass in 0, order by ascending, and we order by one we played. The lowest values first, highest values last. Then we map them all in. We push it into a vector for results and results. Lowest to highest. Okay. Huh. While we're here, let's, I think we can get around using this results. I think we can just do equals. And we're going to do user results iter dot map results. This is, yeah, now that I know what type I'm getting, result dot unwrap. I think that's legal. And since we're good, since we're real functional programmers, we can just this all in one, which is vastly clearer. Expect type found struct. Found type something dot, oh, I need to collect. Dot collect and collect it as a vector. Because it doesn't know the type user results. Functional programming. Okay. So now that we have this, we're mapping it all in. Well, we didn't change anything. Now that we have this, let's make it a little clearer. We're going to put data points for the first and the last points on the graph. So we're going to go to, where is it? Here. And then the first value is going to be lowest value. I don't know if this is actually going to work as we expect. Actually, can I just do toString? I feel like that's not going to work. It's like a primitive. Yeah, it's a primitive. Can I do toString? Nah, that would be too easy. Format. So we do it the cheesy way. And then lowest value. The real thing is I actually don't know if this is going to be accurate in terms of how it shows up on the graph. I think you could like literally put anything here. So real quick, let's just try and put anything here. Darian, hi Dave. And I think it just spaces them evenly, which means I don't think, even if we add the first value, is it going to work as expected. Maybe it does parse them as integers, I don't know. It's possible. Yeah, and it just places them casually across. So we can put the first, we can put y-axis label as the first data point. Yeah, so I see that. So let's do that. We'll use the user's maxes as the lowest and highest values. We'll stop using 0, and we'll make the lowest and the highest, and it wants a percentage, it wants a this, and then let's just do this. Maybe you want lowest value plus highest value, CTN, divided by 2, get the average. Those are labels. No F64 dot 0. And let's do the same thing here. Lowest value, highest value. Let RLS catch up. And now we have lowest value, highest value is the points. Well, that's, oh wait, wait a second. No, I want lowest words per minute, highest words per minute, not times. All right, we're just gonna do a sort on this real quick, just because. I mean, in theory, the lowest should be the lowest, but the highest. In theory, some of the lowest values should be first, and some of the highest values should be last. We don't have guarantee for that. So let sorted WPM equals STV unstable sort is fast. Unstable sort rust. How to sort a vector in Rust. Implements deref must you call it a vector, so blah 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 to sort. Okay. We're gonna do. I need to pass a comparator in though. Actually, so let's do this the easiest way. Ordered user results dot clone. Actually, I might be able to just map user result, and then user result dot and WPM dot sort dot collect, and then turbo, and this is going to be I64. Let's just keep it as, no, it doesn't matter. No, that's fine. No method map found for reference user graphs. Yeah, okay, so we just gotta dereference, clone, now, this is what I get for passing a slice in, isn't it? No method clone. Clone slice thrust. How do you... Oh, it's like slice.map or something like that. Clone from slice. Because I couldn't just use clone. Are you good? Oh, man. No, it's not good. Is not implemented. What do we need to implement it? Oh, I need to just implement it on the... I need to give it the trait. And check clone. I forget how to do this. Give clone trait struct thrust. Derive clone. Okay. Am I free? I'm looking pretty free. And then finally, now that we have our... Can I just do sort on this? Unstable sort. Let's just see. It seems to have gotten angry at the clone from slice. Copies the elements of source into self. Oh man, I would expect that to return, you know, like equals vec. And then we'll do ordered results dot clone from slice. So we do sorted WPM dot, wait, hold on. It was vec, and then sorted WPM equals equals ordered use results dot clone from slice. Sorry, this goes here. And now that we've cloned it, expression found, yeah. And sorted WPM. I think it's going to be an immutable reference. Well. And then finally, we do sorted WPM for vec graphs user result. Is there really no map? Dot iter into iter. I want an iterator so I can map it. Type I64 cannot be filled. I don't need to collect it, that's okay. Dot collect. What is WPM? Source graphs, graphs.tb. It is a U60, is I64, right? WPM is I64. I64. And then finally, I64 cannot be built from iterator item I64. See, like, this is exactly what I expect. A collect is supposed to turn an iterator into a list. Oh. Maybe that's why, because we can't turn it into 164. That's cool. I know how to code, I promise. Alright. Let's do this. And then finally, size, implements, clone. Can I just do it on a vector? Do I have to do it to this? Rust vector. Sort. Dedupe by key, effector sort, real duplicates, blah, blah, blah. Binary search. Binary search by. So it's just sort. There it is, sort. Sort is stable. Sort unstable by. We're just going to do sort. I guess unstable sort only works on slices. Kind of borrow order results, kind of size. I think that's what I want. And this one. I feel like it's going to make me a compiler. Different mutability. Yeah. Very strict. But it's good. All right, here we go. I'm excited. Nope. I was so close to being excited. Cannot borrow is mutable. Let's just make you mutable then. Oh. Let's not also jump. Now, can you borrow is mutable? Is that allowed? Are you gonna yell? I think we're good. Was that a crash? Wait, did I do Control C? Did I play a crash? Yeah. There's a crash, but the terminal whisks it away. Finally, we don't want the lowest value, we want... Let's just make sure this is all set. I think it's just the numbers are just so far off. Sort of WPM let first WPM equals first dot match math. Sorry. Match. Sum s s none 0. Last. Have graphs user result found integer. Found integer? I thought I collected you into a I64. What? Oh, let's do... Let's just, maybe I don't need to do this cloning thing. Equals, I feel like I'm gonna get borrow error. Good. Sector type, blah, I64, reference, I don't think that's gonna be valid. No, it's valid. And then sorted, WPM, that seems to be error to you, it actually sorted. Oh, it doesn't even want to sort. I mean, that makes sense. I just wish sort returned the list itself. Okay. Lowest WPM. Highest WPM. And then finally, lowest WPM. Highest WPM. Oh, that's actually, hold on. So wrong ones. Lowest WPM. Highest WPM. Oop. It's not mute. Just trying to go back. Lowest WPM. Highest WPM. And now I don't think we're going to get an out of bounds. I'm guessing that that was an out of bounds that we got. Oh my god. And then this. It's not a float anymore. No crash. Can we agree on that? Now we have nothing again. What's up with this data? What's up with this graph? I can't tell if we're further or closer to when we started. Because in theory, this should be filled up. This should really just be a line from lowest to highest. Why would it be y-axis and then one plate 6 S64? Where's known as the y-axis? the meantime, all right, we're just gonna bring it back to what we were before, or at least we had. I'm just gonna undo everything. Where at least we had a bunch of data on the graph. Basically undo most of the work we did. Which kind of sucks, but you know what they say, it really do be like that sometimes. Let's do this. So while we're in the middle of making improvements, let's do ordered results. Results.map. Some stuff that I could use to make it more functional. Result, now let's put you here. Result, when, actually I could just copy this. Why write more when you could write less, you know? And ordered should be user. I think that's valid. Yeah, cool. No map. Method not found for that. I think I just gotta dereference it. I feel like you should be able to do that, but I can understand why you wouldn't be able to map a pointer. What about image graphs iterator? .iter. I might need to clone it. Finally, .collect. And see, for this, I would expect like type inference should just know how to do it. Because like we give the type. Oh, I should have made, yeah. I probably should have made a commit. It's too late now. Comparison cannot be changed. Ah, yeah. Proceeding again to be able to, yeah. Hold on just a second. What's wrong? Miss expected F60 expected tuple for F64 found SCD of X64. And that's what I'm doing, right? Only function traits. Oh, wait a second. Isn't that how you do tuple? Do I not know how to make tuples? Just one of those days, isn't it? One of those days where you don't want to wake up, you know? We get an iterator, we map it, we make the tuple, we collect. Can I not collect as a tuple? Collect tuple rest. How to create a tuple from a vector? Well, preferably I'd like to collect as a tuple, but can't use list comprehension. Yeah, everything is bad. You got it. And everything, yeah, everything is bad. Everything hex. Yeah, everybody stinks. You got it. Everybody stinks. Just gonna get my chainsaw, code chainsaw, you know? map vector to vector tuple Rust. No, I think that's what I wanted. Yeah, how is that doing, by the way? How are oil stocks? Let's just pause for a second here. Not bad. What was my Google history? Is there anything good here? Yeah, HQ. Yeah. I only have the finest Google history. Objects of vectors to a vector of tuples. This should, okay. I wouldn't say you shouldn't use a for loop, but you should use a for loop is what this guy is saying. Man, are you kidding me? Can I not use the turbofish on tuple? Are you kidding me? In what world? It's not trivial. Certainly not as trivial as it would be with other stream libraries. Hold on, All right, what if I just pretend? What if I'm just like, hey there. Oh, it's because I'm an idiot. Oh, now it'll work. A vector of function F64. Yeah, no wonder it wasn't working. Yeah, yay. Well, it's a result. And it's consistent. It's not good though. Yeah, I'm just gonna listen to chat real quick and we're just gonna make a commit. Kind of sort of graph these values. The problem is that I don't know if the thing is in the generator or if the thing is in the graph. So we're just gonna insert 5 values in here. We're just gonna put some 5 kosher or 10 vote kosher values in here. Actually, let's just type it out. Why not? This is gonna be like, I don't know, typing ASMR. Better? Yeah, I don't know if it's better. I'm not really certain. I think it's not better. We're gonna do this one slow. Means to. This way I don't need to think about. This way I don't need to manually type out 5 different inserts. I don't want to go too fast. I don't need to, yeah, this makes it easier. I don't need to type out 5 inserts. I can just type out 5 100 character long passages. That's smart. Sometimes I wonder. All right, never do the impossible. People will expect you to do it. I want it to go lower. Forever. Go down. Okay. It's 2. We want to hit like 60, 70 for this one. That was too fast. Maybe. And now let's do this one. We want to hit like 70, 80. So we're getting to the point where I gotta be on my game. Oh my god. Am I gonna get lower? No. 77. Shut! Leave me alone. I'm just trying to flex that I can type, okay? And this one is fast as possible. Let's find one that's fast as possible. All right, this one seems pretty good. Oh. Small people always up, but really great make you feel that no, it's gonna be lower. You can become, and it's recorded for all of history. Okay, let's look at the graph. This is what I'd expect. It's the generator. The generator sucks. I spent 5 years trying to fix the generator, and it turns out the code that has nothing to do with the project is the one with the problem in it. Only I would do something like that. Actually, I feel like a lot of people do that. But you know what? I did it, and that's wrong. So it goes 36, 40, order by time, when. It's more satisfying than inserting 5, okay? 36, 46, 68, 77, 69. 38, 36, 46. Oh, it's got, that's cool. 36, 46, 68, 77. Oh, I should be further over. 77, 69. Yeah. Yeah, it chose fine. Why? This is why you gotta have control cases, you know? Wasting your time, just like, I don't know. I think the moral of the story is don't get too hung up on the hacky program you made in like 30 minutes. And then think your program that you spent probably 40 to 100 hours on is the wrong one. Well, okay then, so we have a graph. To think we could have been done making this graph like ages ago. And yet, I'm just a dingus. Yeah. Oh yeah, we live. Yeah, it turns out I'm just a dingus. And the graph was right the entire time. So before we call it a day, I'm just gonna add some, needs more templates? Yeah, it could use more templates. We're gonna add some more graphs later, probably not today though. But yeah, so we're gonna add a little bit of controls on the bottom. We're gonna change this user results, so controls on the bottom like this. We're gonna oh my god. We're gonna change this to, no, maybe that can be user results, I don't know. Yeah, no, I feel, that's all right. Your hair is turned gray, I'm losing my hair, it's the same deal. So that's good. We're just gonna add some controls at the bottom. We're gonna call it a day for now. And to think, I'm gonna actually graph though. Okay. Okay. So graphs, render. I already have it open. And we're just gonna do, so we have 595. How much, I wanna keep this, I guess kinda consistent. We have some white space now, I don't wanna keep consistent, I don't care. So this 90 is gonna go from 90, we're gonna make it, how much should we take up? How much space do my words get in the other, in the real program? Game. Oh, it's in the styles. source game render styles.rs. Yes, I do like it, use it like a CSS file. That's the main layout. Small stats layout, medium stats layout, yeah. See? We'll see. This paragraph gets chunks 0. Chunk 0 is an entire block here. Base layout 1. Yeah, okay. We're just gonna give it 15. That was good. So 20, 25, 75. Okay. And finally, we're just gonna make a little paragraph on the bottom, center aligned. Let's just copy, kinda, sorta, from, actually, the silly project I did the other day is probably a decent one, because I just, I kind of just threw some paragraphs in there. Yeah, nothing too exciting. F.render widget, and then paragraph new, and mut text raw, and this is going to be, we're just going to copy LC to go back, and that's going to be the only control for now until we add more graphs. Dot iter, dot iter, and then dot block default, no title, dot borders none, dot border style. That should also, borders is none, doesn't matter. Failed to resolve to use texts. Just import text. 2e widgets text. Text is there. Paragraph. And render widget takes 2. Last one is the percent of the layout we want. So we use, did I put this in the wrong layout? No, I didn't. Padding layout 2. And now, we'll get some, which lib am I using for terminal output? While it compiles, I use a library called 2ERS, or just 2E. TUI with a Termion backend. I started going into this a little bit for in one of the earlier videos, but you can see it's pretty fully featured, and it supports a bunch of different backends. So if you really want Windows, you can use cross-term. I use Termion just because it's easiest, and I only use Linux and Mac OS. The library sort of matches, I think it's like Blessing from Go or whatever. Blessed contrib for JavaScript and Term UI for Go. So I like this one just because the library is similar to the ones in other languages, and it's pretty easy to use too. So anyway, let's check it out. And it turns out I forgot how to do layouts. that should be below this. That's cool, that's cool. Somewhere I have direction horizontal, that should be direction vertical. Am I using? No, I'm not even using anything here. It's gonna change up the padding a little bit, I think. But I'll live. Maybe I won't. It'd be kind of sad. Gopher Dance is actually banned on this server, I'm sorry. Yeah, there we go. This is more what we want. We've lost the padding. To get the padding back, we gotta do a bunch of really painful stuff. We gotta make another layout and throw it in the center, because everything uses layout weights in here. There's no, like, you can't, as far as I know, you can't specify a padding attribute, which kind of sucks. I kind of wish that existed, but I guess they were thinking people wouldn't be using padding in a terminal user interface, which I suppose isn't too much of a, you know, like, you know, you look at Vim, there's no padding here. There's just enough room for the text. No space here, literally to the edge. But let's just center it. Paragraph. And I think dot alignment. Align. Yeah, one thing I don't really like about this is that basically like everything's a widget. I think alignment, is alignment a widget too? No, thank God it's not. Is it? It's like if something is going to be, if you're not really certain where something goes, usually it's in widgets. This time it's in layout. That makes sense. But like borders in widgets, I don't know. I feel like that should be in layout or like style. Like there's a style. Borders should be in style or something. I don't know. Sometimes you get weird stuff like that, and I'm just like, I don't know. I can't complain too much. It's a great library, but you do have some weird stuff like this. Let's wait for 4 years. Honestly, this is the main reason you get a desktop. CC to go back. All right, let's wrap this guy in a little bit of padding. And then when it's wrapped in padding, we're going to show Control S on this main screen for graphs. Maybe it should be Control G. Why did I pick Control S? I think I have it in another video. I think I picked Control S because like no one uses that. It's used to freeze the terminal. It's really ancient. Used for like a baud terminal. Let's look at the read line bindings. What does Control G do in case I want to add it later as another binding? Read line keyboard shortcuts. Control F, forward, back, blah, blah, blah. CTRL plus G. Cancel. Oh, that's perfect. I should have been using cancel for all these. That's like exactly what I want. I think I'm gonna migrate the other guys to Control G too then. Control S? No, Control S. No, Control S is... So Control S is used to save in weird editors like Visual Studio. But in the terminal, I think if I have Nano installed, do I have it? Let's see how long this takes. Make it Control C. And I got a troll emoji. Held for, why is the troll emoji held for review? I don't get it. Control S. Oh no! Oh wow! They made Control S to write. That used to say grumble grumble something about Xorgs or something like that. Because Control O is to write out, but they decided rather than to grumble, Let me just make sure I'm not crazy. Grumble, grumble, nano. Because I remember seeing this when I started. Yeah, here it is. Xoff ignored. Mumble, mumble. Xoff control character is Control S. In a traditional terminal environment, Xoff would cause the terminal to pause its output until you type the X on character. CS, CQ. And mumble is soft rank where Control S is the save hotkey. Welcome to Unix. Thanks. I would have appreciated this Control S 7 years ago. Now it's just, you know, now I try to use it because I knew it's there, and they've decided to take it away. The one thing I want, they've destroyed. DNF, remove nano. I don't want this. Get this trash off my system. Okay. Where was I? Yeah, Control G to go back, and we're gonna add that in the About page 2. Maybe. I don't know. But first is gonna be, we're gonna make the padding layout, and then we're gonna, yeah, adding padding is exhausting. Source, no. All right, let main layout equals. So we're gonna copy this, and then we're gonna do main layout here, and then horizontal. We're gonna bring us back, and then finally, no longer split f.size. We're gonna do split, and then padding layout 1. Oh, actually, this might be better than I remembered. And then padding layout. Maybe I'm just whiny. That's a possibility. Main layout. If this works, then I'm just being whiny. If it doesn't work, I have every right to complain. I might complain anyway. I don't know. I do that. Yeah, I don't have any right to complain. Sucks. I'm gonna complain about that. I have every right to complain. Yeah, looks pretty good. I think there's maybe a little too much space in the bottom. Let's just make that smaller. We're gonna make you 10 bigger. We're gonna make you 10 smaller. Cool. Yeah, it looks good. Wait, where did my Control C go? Did I not give it enough space? Oh god, I didn't give it enough space. It's gone. Uh, 5x, 5x, 5a. Wait. 5x. 90, 100. Does it really need 10? It's just text. Maybe there's some like default padding attribute that makes it so it doesn't fit in 5. Okay. Okay, there we go. No. So we'll keep Control C because that's everywhere. Control G to go to the graph. And since we know Control G is a control code to cancel, we're never going to use it as a binding for text here, which is what really matters. And then, yeah, it says, I want to do that real quick. And then we'll be all set. C, G to go back. C, okay. And source, source game, game render mod rs, and then finally we'll make it so let's just this, and then rafs. I think that's okay. I just want to make sure that doesn't make the layouts too, I want to make sure that the layouts don't get too small. Or sorry, it doesn't disappear when layouts get too small. Like, it looks good on a big layout, but does it look good on a small layout? And am I copying Nano too much? Possibly. Does it still look good on a tiny layout? Yeah, it still looks pretty good. That's not bad. What if we crunch it a little bit? Yeah, it looks good. All right. It will, yeah, it would look bad even on the current design like that. So let's just change Control S to Control G, and then we have one last bone to pick, which is going to be kind of annoying, but not too bad. Just kind of annoying. G. G. Okay, so the last thing we have to deal with, now that the initial graph is done, now that no more functionality right now. We're just gonna push this through, be done with it. The final thing is that since we go to another page, we have to do one more render cycle when we go back. So what ends up happening is that, let me just show, cargo run. And when we get through this, what you're gonna see is that, I'll finish the passage real quick. Just got a short one. Don't have good ideas if you aren't willing to be responsible for them. Okay, so if I go to the About page, right, loads up, hit Control C. Control C would take me back, and you'll notice it, it shows the UI, great. If I do Control G, it just crash. What? It's not allowed to do that. Crashing is illegal. Rust made it so. Should stay together. If together. Better people than they would be in Control G. Oh, that looks like a crash. Oh no, why is it crashing when it gets to the end? This shouldn't be crashing. Is my terminal done? Do I finish? The terminal is valid for the life of this entire thing. Yeah, loop loop. Yeah, we're absolutely cranking it. It just crashes. Why would it just crash? It doesn't make sense. I do the exact same. Wait, let's just confirm here. Control. Unable. So I do the exact same thing here that I do here. Let's just copy it. Exactly the same. Well, maybe it doesn't crash. Does it? Oh. No. Because we only render there. We don't do anything else. Let's just, so normally, what I was trying to show, but got completely derailed because I really do be like that sometimes, is that for this about page, when I first made this, you'd hit Control A to go to about, and then you hit Control C to go back, and it wouldn't show that you went back. It would just freeze in the about page, and because of that, the reason for that is that you hit Control C to go back, but we don't do async rendering. So you hit Control C, and it would just kind of pause. It would just kind of wait, and it would wait right here. So while it was waiting, it looked like it was frozen. So we ask it to do another render cycle. It says, please re-render the game UI after the about. And that's what I figured would be the issue with showing the graphs at the end. But there might be another issue. I'm just gonna turn off alternate screen for a second, and we're gonna get some garbled looking output, just so I can see what it looks like. It's gonna look really bad with this though. Luckily, I have I can just take a cargo. I can just put my own char t, so I don't need to type too much. T, Control G. Here it is. Attempt to subtract with overflow. Panicked. Attempt to subtract overflow. Display a backtrace. Why would it? Hold up. Why would it do that? -RT. Like I don't call it any different. Some subtract with overflow. Widgets, canvas, line.rs, stack backtrace, blah, blah, blah. This is in the TUI library. What did I do wrong? What do you mean? Panic, default hook, panicking. Normally, stack traces look better, but because we're, screwing up the terminal screen. Canvas, line length, draw, canvas. What? I've never seen this before. Chart.rs. Chart is not happy when you try to render. Render widget, terminal rs. After finishing a game. What did I do wrong? Source game mod rs. This is my code. Show graphs, graphs render 23. We're going to repurpose the SQLite page. What do you mean as suspended jobs? See, vim source graphs render 23 at draw. Okay. Graphs render. What are you mad about? Graphs journal. show graph 24 show graphs, 23 graphs render, and then it goes straight into terminal, but nothing changes. Like the way I call it and the way what I do here and then, I mean, I guess, like if I call control G, wait, what do you mean it crashes there too? What did I change? I just added a string. Hold up. What? It worked like 5 seconds ago. Now it just doesn't work. Well, so I'm just gonna, I think we're gonna save this for another episode or whatever you want to call it. Let me just look at one thing real quick. Do we use padding layout anymore? Anywhere anymore? No. Do we use main layout everywhere? We do. 2 blocks, 1 and 2. And then 0, 1 and 2. Good. Maybe, I guess it's just something with SQL, maybe? I don't use SQL to show really any of the results except for the times displayed. Attempt to subtract with overflow. Maybe the x-axis can't go that high. Maybe there's a limitation to draw when I have hold on, let's look at the stack trace in 2ERS real quick. Just not letting me rest, is it? Bin source widgets canvas line.rs 82. Draw line painter. So why you should commit early and often? No, this, so if I, hold on, I'll go back, watch this. Watch this real quick. I promise this is not because of me. So this was before all the changes, all right? I just stash it, I run. If I hit Control G, it's gonna fail here. If it doesn't, I'm gonna scream. But I bet it's gonna fail here. Control S. Yeah, it fails. So the committing is not the problem here. The problem, what I think, is that the times here, the times in my SQLite database have got so high that we're at a point where the line, whatever data type they're using for a line, is too small. Usize? That's not too small. How big are these times again? This shouldn't go past a U size. That's a normal size. They aren't that large. Don't store them as Unix timestamps. What should I store them as? What's the alternative? Remember, this is SQLite. I don't think SQLite has date types. Data. How to handle this. Date time text, absolutely not. Use text storage class. In what world? I can't order it then. You can use the real storage class to store SQLite date. Is the precision too low? I think he stores a string and then casts a date. I mean, I guess. I suppose that could work. Hold on. Use integer to store SQLite date and time values. There's some toDate function. Are you sure that's not like MySQL? SQLite, string to date. I use this. How can I store the same thing with SQLite? Select star from blah, where to date. SQLite doesn't have a date type. You'll need to use string comparison to achieve this. Yeah, to date is like a MySQL thing. SQLite is real kludgy. It supports five types: null, integer, real, text, and blob. And I would think an 8-byte integer could store, let's just see, number comparer. Postgres is, yeah. Yeah, no, I wish it did. That would be amazing. We're going to use this this child website real quick. And we're going to take the largest one here. Oh, that's not supposed to be storing. I messed something up. Oh. 24. No, that wouldn't be the problem. You're saying use Rust to convert to date. No, I can convert to date. I don't know if there's a benefit to doing that though. My God, I'm like running out of memory or something. We are horribly slow. No, I'm not running out of memory. I'm not using too much CPU. Okay. Anyway. So where is it? Number comparer. And we're going to take the value here. One of the big values. The timestamp is in seconds because this is what I worried about. Biggest I64. I should have just done 2 to the 64 divided by 2. Yeah, this is way larger than the number here. So let's just ready. This divided by 2. I'm gonna scream if it doesn't support. Okay. This. I think this one is bigger. Just slightly. Just slightly. Let's just see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10 digits. That's 18. This website doesn't seem to be able to handle scientific notation, though. Oh, no, it does. Yeah. Yeah, it's way bigger than I64. Yes. You've made it as a number when you have your own wiki page. Well, what the hell? I don't have my own wiki page. I'm less famous than a number. Yeah, so I don't know. I think I'm just gonna call it a day for now, just because we're getting some bad input, and it's just making it crash, and it's definitely a SQL one. Let's just close. Source game on RS. Less than. To test status, what is overflowing? Yeah, no, it's less than that, so that shouldn't be what's overflowing. Yeah, I checked that. We're 9 orders of magnitude too small. And we're not using nanoseconds, we're just using seconds. So I'm just going to do the fast, this real, just throw this here. Not the best thing. It'll get the job done. All right. I think this episode's gonna be add print statements to the library code and see what the arithmetic is. Yeah, I mean I could. Hold on. Let me just get rid of. We're just gonna make all the numbers static real quick. I guess we won't give up so fast. I'm just gonna make all the numbers 100% static. Source. Source, and then we're gonna do graphs, and we're gonna do mod rs. No, we want graphs render. And we're gonna do lowest value, highest value. All right. So I use lowest and highest values here. Let's do 0 and 10. All right. I swear to God. Can't you just figure out it's a float? I feel like that's not too hard. Maybe it is too hard. I don't know. I don't write compilers. At least not strongly typed ones. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Whatever the x-axis is that we're putting in gets too big. So on the next episode, we figure out what we can use in place of setting the bounds to the lowest and the highest values here. I think I read somewhere that they used a U8 for being for X and Y axes. And while that shouldn't matter, because we're using these to just set numbers in the axes, they might end up just using U8 for stuff like this too, and then we get stuff that just shouldn't happen. I don't know. Well, convert x-axis to strings. Well, what displays is a string. So if you check this real quick, graphs render. So this is, let me just show real quick. So we have this code right here. This is the entire, this is the chart. This is where we set the x-axis. The problematic thing is this bounds. So the labels are strings. Yeah. So that's what I'm probably going to end up needing to do. So days ago is probably going to be it. It's just, it feels kind of weird doing, negative as a bound. I don't know. I'll need to think about. It's a good suggestion though. But that means sort of mapping this to like another data type almost. I guess you could just use negatives, Now is the latest day. Put that all the way on the right maybe. Or I guess whatever the latest day is, make that 0 and then make the rest of them negative. How many days ago are they? And then you have percents of days. Yeah, I guess it would work. I don't know. I think we've done enough for now. It's getting late Eastern time. I gotta stick to some kind of schedule while the pandemic's happening. So, well, we'll do this conversion on the next one. I'm gonna call this a slight success, 50% success. And I appreciate anyone for coming. Let's just source game. I'm just gonna set alternate screen back. And we're just gonna do this just so it looks nice again. And commit. GST. What did I change again here? Yeah. Change bindings from S, G, change some strings. Yeah, very okay, very okay. All right, I'm signing off. See everyone around later, and I'll see you all when we fix up that graph next time.